Alright, hi, I'm George. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can actually do a top-down analysis that could actually help you get lots of winning streak in your trade and help you reduce your losses very well. I never knew about this, and this was one of the things that I got to learn from my mentor that was a game changer for me, and I believe that it's also going to be a game changer for you. Now, if you've been trading for a while or you've been doing analysis for a while and you have been hitting your stop loss most times, there is a higher possibility that it's because you never knew about this. This is one of the strategies I get to share about or share in our Crypto Arbitrage mentorship, and I believe that it's nice for a lot of persons out there, even without getting mentorship, get to know about. But even if you have got the mentorship, don't worry. I also get to share a little bit in depth on a different strategy. Okay, you can actually go along with this analysis strategy. But let's now get into how to use this top-down analysis very well. Okay, so let's. This is okay. Let me turn off these indicators. And don't worry, if you're this thing, if you're a student, a mentorship student, don't worry, I'll explain to you how you can actually use some of those indicators in your trade. But nonetheless, let's just focus on what we are here for, which is the top-down analysis. Okay. Okay, awesome. So let's use, this is Ethereum. Let me go to an asset. All right, let's test out an asset. And by the way, if you're liking this video, or you want to get more videos, or you want to suggest some video ideas, or you have questions, drop it in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And this is one of the top questions a lot of persons have asked me, and that's why I'm going to do this video to help everyone of us. Okay, now let's do woo. Now, what a lot of persons do right now is, as we've opened this chart, this is what an average trader does. You see how this chart is. You jump in, you draw your trend line, your support, and the next thing, what happens? Boom, you get stopped out, or you get to lose. And I was once there. I got to a point where I had lots of drawdown, and I felt what's going on. I mastered and memorized most of the patterns. I got to even write down or follow some plans so that I had. But nonetheless, I was still getting to hit my stop loss. I was still losing money. This was actually what changed a lot of things for me, and I believe that it's going to be a game changer for you as well. All right. Now, what an average trader does is they open their chart, and this is what they want to do. If you don't have access to this software, the link to get access to it is in the description box below. You can get started on start using this software, which I use. All right. So now, what the top-down analysis is more like a roadmap. If you're trying to travel from, let's say you are in Nigeria, and you're trying to travel from, let's say, by road, or let's say you are in the States, and you're trying to travel by road from Houston to Dallas, you realize that you need a map, right? Google Map is what would actually help or guide you. That makes what Google Map does is it shows you the routes you can follow to get to your destination, right? Now, this makes, even if, and that's getting the route, following a route to get to your destination, it's more like getting to follow, to see where you must follow, how you must follow, the patterns or the routes you have to follow in a broad view that could lead you to where you are going to. That makes, even when the night comes and you're using your headlamp driving, you already know how you are moving, places you must go. And that is what a top-down analysis does. A top-down analysis goes into the future, gets a broader view of where you are going, then you come down to the present. Imagine going to your future to see the amount of money you can make. Just imagine that. Then right now in your present, you can be able to tell yourself, okay, if I can say that I got to make $500 million, and I was able to build 20 companies. When you come down to your present, you will now start being careful, meticulous, all right, in decisions and things you do, so that you will not derail from the path that could give you that $500 million you saw in the future. That's what top-down analysis is. So now, what we'll do now is this. We're going to go to a higher time frame. We're going to a higher time frame to see the exact movement of the market. So right now, and most times, if you are day trading or you're scalping, you still need this. We're going to go to what's called the monthly time frame. The essence of the monthly time frame is for us to be able to, is for us to see, all right? The essence of the monthly time frame is for us to see the exact direction of the asset. Now, in the monthly time frame, all right, let's open this. In the monthly time frame, we can see that the next thing now, we'll just get our trend line. All right, we get our trend line and we draw our trend line from here like this down. What does it show? It shows that obviously what happens, the market is what is on a downtrend. All right, the market is on what? The market is on a downtrend. Either you use a trend line or you come over here, you use your arrow and you do it this way, or you know that what the market is is on a downtrend, all right, and the market is bearish. Then you come to the monthly time frame is to know the direction of the market. Then you come to your weekly time frame. You come to your weekly time frame to make sure that you are correct. Okay. Now you have been able to see the direction of the market. Then the weekly time frame is where this trend line I drew, you will draw it accurately. Okay, you come over here, you will draw it. Just make sure you just touch some wicks. If you don't know how to draw a trend line, I have a video where I got to share with you how to draw a trend line. All right, so now we have been able to draw our trend line. Okay, so we know that the market is bearish. We have drawn our trend line. Then we'll go to the daily time frame. You go to the daily time frame. The essence of the daily time frame right now is to draw two things. You can call them supply and demand areas, or you call them, what the heck? Why is Matic opening? We are doing wood. Don't mind all these things. Forget all these crazy things around here. So now we'll come over here to the daily time frame. We'll come over here to the daily time frame to draw two areas, major support zones and major resistance zones. Some people can call it supply and demand zones. All right, so we'll come over here, and for drawing this, we are going to need only one thing. Two things precisely: horizontal lines, grace, and rectangular line. Where the heck is my rectangular line? Rectangular box. Okay, so we'll come over here. This is our. So I will just expand this a little bit. Okay. Awesome. So that I can be able to now, if we come over here, we'll just put in this. We know that here is a very good demand zone. Are you seeing this? Then we'll come over here again. Here was a support zone. Okay. Come over here again. Just draw. The essence of this is it will guide you when you start your trade. Here was a little support zone as well. Then we have over here was a little support zone that turned resistance. Okay, and then we come over here again. We know that here was a little support zone. Okay, you just draw. Then here was under support zone. So now we've been able to draw our major precisely support and resistance zones, right? Then we'll know that, okay, yeah, our major support and resistance zone. Then myself, I get to use triangle as well. Over sometimes, where the heck is the triangle? Okay, the essence of the triangle now is, look at this here. Why I use triangle? Where is rectangle? The essence of why I use rectangle sometimes when I draw is, okay, I can't even find the rectangle here. But the essence of drawing using rectangle sometimes is so that I will be able to also get, okay, look at what time we here. I could be able to also draw the wicks. Alright, so look at some, and where you would use the rectangle is in the hour time frame, 4 hour time frame. So, but nonetheless, let's just get on with this. So now, after drawing your support and resistance zone on your daily chart, then you use your 4 hour chart or 1 hour chart for drawing your strategy. Like to the mentorship students, I also got to share with every one of you about how I draw my strategy, my patterns, and all the things. Okay, now this is where you come over to the 4 hour chart or the 1 hour chart as a day trader, depending. This is where you are going to start drawing your strategy, your patterns, or whatever you want to use, or your trend line breakouts, all of those things. It's in the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. But all right, but if, and sometimes some persons who are kind of like swing traders, all right, they use the daily time frame and the weekly time frame to draw their what do you call it, their trend line and breakout. But nonetheless, I'm more of a day trader, okay, and occasionally I also get to do scalping. So you use the 4 hour and the 1 hour chart to draw your strategy. Now when you want to scalp, that is when you use 15 minutes and 5 minutes. Now let's do a little example. Let's say I want to do breakout patterns. Why is this thing open? Let's say I want to do breakouts, okay? Let's say I want to trade breakout, for instance. Look at how breakouts comes. I'm in the 1 hour chart right now. So I'll come over here. Let's expand this. Remember, we have just done top-down analysis, so we know that the market is going what? Bearish, which means I will try to make sure that most of the trades, the keyword most, because there are times you can take long position, but most of the trade, if I'm taking like let's say 4 trades, I'll make sure that 6 of the trade I'll get to take, most of the trade are going to be short positions. Do you see that? Because I've seen the overall direction, the market is falling down, and if you check, look at this now, you can see that based on what we drew, the market is still going to fall, it's still going to hit here, and it's still going to come down, it's still coming down, which means I will be taking short positions. All right, so, and we can see based on what we're in top down big overview, the market has been dancing and dangling around this support zone. So now we'll come over here. Now we're trying to draw our support line. So this is on 1 hour chart. We'll just come over here. Okay, we'll come over here. We draw our trend line. If you want to trade with trend line, you just come here, you draw your trend line. Sorry, you come over here, you draw your trend line from here to this place. Now this is if you want to trade trend line breakout. Okay, if you want to trade trend line breakout, you have from here to here. So as you can see, this is the support zone, and then we'll just come, we'll take short position. We enter short position. Are you seeing this? We enter short position around here, and we are hitting for 2.5 to 3, so we can just go for 3R. Have you seen this? And boom, we made good profit here, as you can see, just by doing this. Okay, we made good profit here just by doing this. Let's go for that one again here. Just simple. The essence of this is you are trading trend breakout, which means when you draw your trend that is going upwards, and if you don't know how to draw trend, there's another video where I shared about how to draw trend. We'll come over here right now. We can see that. Let me ask you, what kind of trend do you think we are having over here? Is this an uptrend or a downtrend? Like over here, we can see it will have a little downtrend. We'll come over here. We are drawing it from the top to down. All right. From here, we draw it down to this point. Draw it down to this point. Okay, have you seen it? Now, yeah, the next thing I will then do is what? I will enter what? I will go long, because since this is a downtrend, I'm going to take long position. So I'm going to take a long position, and yes, whenever I am trying to enter any trade, I always check out for trade confirmation. There are trade confirmation, okay, 3 to 4 confirmation. I will do another video where I get to explain. Just stick around. I will do that video where I'm going to explain the 3 to 4 things I always look out for before I get to enter any trade. So it's best you click on the subscribe button, like, so that when I get to drop that video, you'll get it soon. Because now I'll just show you how I just use trend breakout. This is a downtrend. I just put this. I'll take in a long position over here. Over here. All right. Then I always look out for 2 to 3 hour. Okay, I'll put this thing over here. Okay, 3.5, 55. My stop loss is 55 pips. Are you seeing this? Then my take profit is 264 pips. That is I do this for day trading, right? This is day trading. But when I'm scalping, I'm not going to use 1 hour chart. But this is just the thing. So as you can see, we got to hit our profit in how many days? Okay, it took us from took us how many days? It took us almost, let's check. Sorry about this. How many days did it even take us to hit our profit? Nonetheless, instead of me trying to find out that, but the most important thing is that what it took us, let's say, okay, let's start from here. 22nd of August, bam, to 22nd of, that's freaking 1 month to hit this trade. So that is just a typical example of how day trading is. Okay, so quick means we have 18%, that is 180% profit. And because of your day trading, you realize that you rarely get to hit your stop loss. Now let's do another one again. Let's do another test over here. Okay, as you can see now, because of we are already drawn our major support and resistance zone, we hardly get to hit our stop loss. But if someone just comes to 5 minutes or 1 hour and draws this thing, you realize that you could hit your stop loss. Okay, so we come over here again. As you can see, this is another, what do they call it, opportunity for drawing our trend breakout. As you can see, we just come here. From here, we draw this down. All right, have you seen it? Then what happens? We're waiting for a trend toward break. Then we'll do, yes, there are different confirmations. I'm going to share with you exactly how I get to jump. I don't just jump into any trade just like that. I get to use Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to share with you how I open or draw Fibonacci retracement as well, and also other things, and even different types of setups. So just stick around. I will do some subsequent videos because some persons do ask me, how do I get to know the type of setup I will use? We have 4 types of setup. Understanding the difference between these 4 helps you. Okay, so I'll just come here. I'll take a long position. Okay, over here. Then I'll put my stop loss at, okay, no, it's too much at this point. I always use my stop loss 5 to 7%, not more than 5. I can set my stop loss here. If I want to set hard stops, I'll set my stop loss, as you can see now, at this what they call this, our support zone. Then I always target 2.5 at least. 2.5 is risk reward rate, 2.5 R, at least 2.5, at least, then at most 6. 2.5, as you can see, yep, here, have you seen it? 2.5, and we're in profit. And most times, as I got to share, I always, when it reached here, I would have set break even. All right, there's only on some days after I want to do some crazy risky move, I will then go for 6 hour. Going for 6 hour means placing my take profit at the next resistance zone, and this will give us 200% profit on 10x and 400% profit on 20x. As it's just straightforward, guys. Okay, and one thing you should know that not all your trades that will actually get to hit your take profit. Sometimes you could hit stop loss, but most importantly is to make sure that you stay profitable, right? Consistency is the key. Now look at this as another example. Now we can draw our trend from here to this place, and as I said, Three touches makes your trend to be more effective, right? So we'll have this. Then since we are doing this, we're going to go short. We're going short. And if you notice something, what do you notice? On this thing, day trading, since we're going short, I don't waste, my stop loss is always 5 to 7%, nothing more than 5%. Nothing more than 7%. Sorry about that, 5 to 7%. So stop loss. So we can put our stop loss at here. There are two ways. You can put your stop loss here. You can put your stop loss at the previous candle close. All right, because this is day trade, our chart. Okay. Then we're looking for what? 2.5. All right, 2.5. So everything is, which means, okay, right now here we're at 2.8. So now as you can see, okay, all right, as you can see, we hit our take profit here. So our risk is either we are losing 10% of our capital on this trade, or we're making 40% of our capital on this trade. All right, another option now is that sometimes when it gets to it gets to this point, I always get to set, I don't want to go risky a little bit more. I take my take profit high towards the next support zone, right? And if you take it towards the next support zone, you see that we are at what they call 4.84 risk reward ratio, and which means it's either we are losing 10% on this trade, or we're making 70% of this trade. You see that? But now the thing is, some persons, like I had a major drawdown that killed my morale. What happened? I had a trade that was running like this. I slept off. I forgot, because I had other trades open. I forgot to set break even. And guess what happened? This trade, because I did not take profits. That's why I also explained in that video how I also get to take my profit based on pips. Don't worry, everything is there in the Apex Academy. All right. So now look at this thing here. Since we already have this, at this particular, at this particular point here, at this point, this place is where I would have set here. I would have set my break even, so that even if this market comes back, like look at now, you can see market came back. Even if this market comes back to hit our entry point to our stop loss, we must have taken at least 40% profit before it's crazily spiked back up. It's as simple as that, but one has to be careful. So that is exactly how I do top-down analysis. Then if I want to scalp, that's when I go for 5 minutes chart, all right, to do the whole scalping. I know scalping is more of a moving out, no crazy crazy beat into it. Now look at what I mean by scalping. In scalping now, you have to be very careful. Let's go down a little bit. See this, all right? And here's the thing here. In scalping now, if you want to make sure your trade, if you're not a person that is comfortable with trades doing more than 24 hours, you can just expand this when you're scalping. Expand this so that you can see your candles well. All right, expand this. Okay, then okay. Now this is the thing. What we just do is simply be checking out for trades. Okay, so we have this, for instance. Wow, this is a major spike movement. Dang. All right, so let's check this out. For instance, now we can just come here. We draw our trend line from here to here. Apologies for the noise in the background, please. Okay, from here to here, we just set our short position from here. Okay, this is the candle. This is where the candle broke, right? So we'll enter our short position. And by the way, there's an indicator that could also help you to an extent, but don't worry. Okay, let's just focus on this for now. We just come here, we'll take our short position. All right, I'll put our stop loss here. Do you see the place? We'll put our stop loss at the close of the previous candle, then we're always hitting for 2.5 at least. Okay, are you seeing? So it means that it's either, and trading about risk, it's either I'm risking to lose 5% of my capital in this trade, or I make 11% of my capital. All right, but sometimes I could just go over to take, sometimes it's risky, but it's still good. 4. If it's not 2.5, just go for 4R, and you can see that we hit our profit in this zone, which means we made a total of 19.8% profit. Do you see that? Now, what do you notice? In scalping, your profit is little. Do you see that? But now, you don't spend so much time on trades. But in, let's say, in a day trading, your profit is huge. You could spend almost a month, or you could spend a week or 4 days. All right. So that is pretty much it. I hope you got value from this. If you did, please like it, share the video. If you have any questions, ask me. I will be definitely ready to answer you. And if you have not yet joined our free millionaire crypto community, you can click on the description box and join the Crypto Apex community for free. Over time, some trades will be dropped. But if you want to get in signals from us and also get to learn about all these kind of things, you can actually join the VIP mentorship. All right. Hope you got value from this. I celebrate you. I still remain George, and watch out for the next video where I'm going to talk about a particular indicator that's actually changed a whole lot, and I believe that you're going to love that.